Hello, beauties. This is Evie, and I'm Jeanette. We're two Southern girls with totally different accents. Grew up states bordering each other very close, but lots and lots of similarities, but some pretty big differences. So we're going to talk about some Southern phrases that Evie is used to, and I'm going to translate them for the rest of us.
All right, y'all. So, y'all.
You all, and if you're above the Mason-Dixon line, I would suggest using you guys or all of you people.
Bless your heart.
Now, a lot of people assume that this just means a negative thing, and that's not true. It is just absolutely not true. It's something that people have attributed to Southerners, that if they tell you bless your heart, that automatically means that they think you're stupid or it's an insult, but it's not. It can be, but it's not. If someone comes up to me and tells me that grandma was in the pickup truck, got hit by a train, and then the rest of the family is all sick and in the hospital, I'm going to say bless your heart because I don't know anything else to say. It is a way to say, I just don't know what to say to you. I am so sorry everything that's happening to you. But then again, it can be an insult. For example, why bless her heart, I bet she could bite an apple through a fence.
That's one I've heard. But I say bless your heart all the time to people.
And it doesn't mean we think you're bad, stupid, or different. It just means we don't know what else to say.
Exactly. I reckon.
Loosely translated, I reckon means that's what I think.
That's a good thing. Good, simple way to put that. Fixin' to.
I'm about to.
It doesn't amount to a hill of beans.
It means nothing.
Over yonder.
Now, depending on where you are, what city, what township, what county, what parish, over yonder could mean next door neighbors to the next county over.
Or even next state sometimes.
Yeah.
She was madder than a wet hen.
We today would call her Karen. And she would be asking for the manager.
Oh my God. Till the cows come home.
Basically, you could wait forever and it's still not going to happen.
I'm so full, I'm about to pop.
You've probably hit the buffet one too many times. Your pants are a little tight and you're feeling uncomfortable.
Can you hand me the doohickey?
Now, doohickey is a general term for anything you can't remember the name of.
I might use it.
A lot.
Yeah. Give me some sugar.
That means give me a kiss, not pass the sugar bowl.
Ain't you precious?
This is another one that is not as well known as bless your heart, but ain't you precious can mean, oh, you are just the most adorable thing, to, were your parents related? Is it true?
It's true. My face is hurting.
I know, is it? Yeah. When your parents got divorced, were they still first cousins?
That is so true. But I don't have any first cousin marriages in my particular family.
But it's one of those things that you just have to understand in the way that it's said. You have to look at the context around it. Like I said, ain't you precious? I bet they had to tie a pork chop around your neck to get the dog to play with you.
I've heard that so many times relating to other people.
I know. You know, ain't she precious? We had to rub her down with a ham bone to get the dog to play with her.
It could go on forever.
It really could.
Quit being ugly.
Now, this is one that is truly Southern, and having used this with somebody in the North, people don't understand what that means. when anyone from the South tells you that you're being ugly, that's not in reference to your outside. It
No.
is about your inside. And it is, are you being awful to somebody? Are you being any kind of racist, any kind of ist? Are you being inappropriate? So if someone tells you you're being ugly, don't look at the outside, look on the inside.
Exactly. Show enough.
Agreement.
Hissy fit.
Hissy fit. Acting like a Karen.
Or people do say it like for babies and little kids.
Now, they'll say, oh, she's having a hissy fit, which could mean that the toddler's having a tantrum and everything from throwing food across the room to lying on the floor, kicking and screaming.
Well, I do declare
That usually is the beginning to a very interesting story. If you hear somebody say that, listen in.
Coke.
Now, if you're familiar with the word Kleenex, and if you've ever asked someone to pass you a Kleenex, you're asking somebody to pass you a brand name object, a Kleenex. Now, in the South, Coke is a generic word. So I could walk up and go, would you like a Coke?
Root beer, please. Mm-hmm. Warm slap out.
Tired.
Hold your horses.
Slow down, and let's rethink that.
Hush your mouth.
That is not just be quiet, but be quiet in a situation where you really shouldn't have said that.
This next to last word is one of my favorite words. You highfalutin floozy. No.
Highfalutin. Now, highfalutin could mean fancy, but usually it means that you are acting beyond your means.
Yes. And hussy is another Southern word we could
Yes, it is.
fall in there.
Now,
You could say that to your best friends
yes,
in a positive way.
hussy is just a generic term for someone who's acting a little bit cha-cha, a little bit
yeah.
uppity.
And the two most important words for a Southern girl, especially, and a Southern boy, actually, Southern people, let's say, is yes, ma'am, and no, sir.
Exactly. I have found difficulty in understanding why people have a problem with yes, ma'am, yes, sir, no, ma'am, no, sir. It is something that was ingrained in me. If a 5-year-old comes up to me and hands me something I dropped, I would say, thank you, ma'am. Or thank you, sir. It is not something that has an age limit on it. I would call a young woman ma'am. I would call an older woman ma'am. It is just a sign of respect. Now, as we go into, the next part of life and we're trying to figure out what is the correct pronoun, we need to find out something that's in the middle between yes, sir, and yes, ma'am. We need to find that middle of the ground term as well, because it is such a part of how manners are taught, and it is a sign of respect. We need to find that third word, I think.
And I feel like New Yorkers are really, especially the women of New York, are really offended by ma'am.
I've also found that some of the men can be very, they will misinterpret what yes, sir means.
They take it sexual.
They do. They take it in a way that it's not meant.
Yeah.
So, it's not hard understanding a Southerner. You just have to listen in, ask for clarification if you need, and if somebody tells you bless your heart, don't automatically assume that they're being rude.
And if you'd like a part 2 of Evie says her favorite Southern words, let us know in the comments.
And if you would please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notification when Evie uploads her next wonderful installment of Finding Evie.
Y'all remember to be your own beautiful.